Hi. Just wait for some more people to join. Hi. Thank you. We've got Portugal, we've got Oxfordshire, Italy. Hello from London. Me too. I'm London as well. Hi, everyone. Where is everyone in the world? We've got some European vibes at the moment. Have we got anywhere else? Hi, everyone. How is everyone doing this fine Saturday? Are we all good? Are we ready to turn into supermodels today? Hello. Alrighty, so we've got a few people in already now. Wait a couple more minutes. Hello. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to introduce myself. Hello, everyone. I am Natalie. I'm a lead artist at Charlotte Tilbury, and I am going to talk you through that signature Charlotte Tilbury supermodel glow. So we've got that really lit from within, glowy skin, bronze, sun-kissed. We're going to take you through all of the key products to create that look when we are ready. So I think we should get started. So I'm going to take you through, I currently have my base on, but I do not have any bronze, any highlight, nothing on at the moment. I'm going to take you through my favorite products and the signature Charlotte Tilbury products to create this look. So first things first, I'm going to show you one of my favorite products, which is the Hollywood Flawless Filter. Does anyone love this? Has anyone used this before? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, really good, right? Wearing it now, perfect. Everyone must have this in their bag. It is the most amazing thing if you want that super, almost like a Instagram filter. It's that in a bottle. You want to try it so bad? Oh, you must try this. It is incredible. The way that you use this, there is a multitude of different ways. So a lot of people do get confused about this product. It's a complexion booster. So it's not a primer, it's not a foundation. It's like a sort of complexion in between product. So the way that you can use it in 3 different ways. You can use this on its own. So you can just pop it on and you've got that really soft, radiant glow. You can use it mixed in with your foundation or underneath your foundation, and that is going to give you a soft glow to your skin. Or you can use it on top of your foundation to really add some extra glow to your makeup. I'm going to show you the way I love using it, which is on top of foundation. So I have my foundation on at the moment. We're looking nice and flawless, but we just want a little bit more of a glow to the look. How does that sound? Perfect. So before I put this on, because I have my base on already, I'm just going to lightly refresh the skin with another amazing product, which is the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Who uses this? Who loves this? Yeah. This has been raved about. And again, as with all of our products, they're just all amazing. But this is something which is really great because you can use this to prime. You can use it during your application and you can use it afterwards. So I've used it as a primer before my foundation. Now I'm going to use it in between applications. So obviously now I've done my foundation. I want to put this on. But before I do that, I'm going to just refresh my skin. So I'm just refreshing my skin. And that basically just rehydrates the skin so that now I'm putting a cream product on, it will glide a lot smoother on the skin. And also you just add a little bit more radiance to the skin there already. We can see that happening. So now we're going to go in with this. So you can go straight from the applicator and you can just swipe that on. But I love applying it with a brush. And the reason why is especially if, for example, if you're using a full coverage foundation or a matte foundation, sometimes if you want to just be, if you don't want to think about your application, if you want it to be easy, you can sometimes worry about dragging the foundation off the skin when you apply it, which it doesn't do. But just to be extra secure and extra safe, I like putting it on the back of my hand and then going in with a brush like this and fully saturating the brush like that. So I've put the product all the way into the brush. And then I like to just bounce that onto the skin. Already, look at that. So we've got super glowy skin on that side. And then it's looking fresh, it's looking nice. But bam, straight away. Can we see the difference there? So I'm going to pop that on here as well. And this is literally, it just makes your skin look super filtered. Like Paris filter from Instagram, it's my favorite. And I like putting that on the cheekbones there. We can also, let's put some more. More is more when it comes to glow. So saturate the brush. I like to pop that on the temples as well because we don't want to be shiny just on the cheekbones there. I like to put it just on the bridge of the nose there. Can we see how that's just added a little bit more? And also we cannot forget on the décolletage as well. Want to just add a little bit there. There's no point in having a glowy face and then the rest of your body being flat. So you can also do that as well, especially if you've got a low cut top or you've got off the shoulders. If you pop it on here as well, it just looks so beautiful. So I'm using shade 4. This one is my favorite shade for me. I use, just to give you a reference for foundation shades, I use a 7.5 in the Airbrush Flawless. I use a 7 in the Magic Foundation, and I use an 8 in the Light Wonder. So I use a 4 for that. So as you can see. So we've got that glowing. Look at that already. That's already made such a difference. And that's just one product. Now we're going to go into the bronzing side, because obviously with the glowy skin, we want that sun-kissed look as well. Now I'm going to show you, I have been asked this question, what is your favorite product from Charlotte Tilbury? And it took me a long time to decide, as probably anyone could find this question impossible to answer. But I narrowed it down to this one product. And I'm going to tell you a bit of a story about this one. So my favorite product is the Airbrush Bronzer. And the reason why is because before this came out, this is actually based off the Airbrush powder. And this is amazing. Has anyone used this before? The Airbrush powder? Anybody? So this sells one every minute, and it is the silkiest. If you felt this, you'll know exactly what I mean. It literally just feels like silk. And this is what this was based off. The inspiration was this. And before it came out, the bronzer, I used to love the texture of this so much that I used to use the dark version of this as a bronzer. And I used to always say, oh my gosh, if they made this into a bronzer, I would be sold. That's it. And my dreams came true, and they brought out the Airbrush Bronzer, and I've literally, like, you cannot separate me from this product. It is so silky. It feels exactly the same as the powder, and it has that soft texture, but it's like a soft matte. It doesn't dry your skin out at all. And I'm going to just demonstrate how I use this now. So we're going to add some bronze to the skin. So we're going to use a powder brush, and we're going to do this. The way we're going to do this is we're going to bronze up like how the skin would naturally bronze if it was in the sun. So we're going to go up on the tops of the forehead. We're going to go across on the highs of the cheekbones, and then just have a little bit of a contour cheek. We're going to just go down the neck and go underneath. So I'm going to grab some product. So we're going to go up here. And this is super soft. And as you'll see, it sort of just appears. It doesn't come on strong. It's not an intense pigment. It's like that perfect Goldilocks sweet spot of being light enough that you can just sort of blindly go in and not have to be precious about it, but still enough that, you know, it shows up. So we're going in, just adding that bronze there. Now we're going to go along the cheekbone. And a good way to sort of gauge where to apply it here is to go from the top of the ear, and the angle you're going to go is from the top of the ear to the bottom of the nose. Now that may seem quite high because we're generally told to sort of go underneath the cheekbone, but when you go up, it actually lifts the face because we want everything higher up, we want everything lifted. So we're going to go and put that higher. Can you see already this side is just looking a little bit more put together and fresh and healthy? And I'm doing this very, very lightly, like that. And then we're going to go just a little bit down here, because why not? And just underneath. So that's a soft. Can you see the difference there? It just looks a little bit more defined than this side. This side still looks great. We've got the Hollywood Flawless filter. It's doing its job. But this side just looks a little bit more defined. So I'm going to pop this on the other side now as well. And you can build that up. So what I do like to do is I like a softer bronze, just because I like my skin still looking like skin. And that's the whole Charlotte Tilbury effect, is that it sort of looks like it's melted into the skin. But I can show you afterwards how we're going to build that up if we wanted a little bit more bronze to it. So don't you worry. If you're a big bronzer fan, I will show you how to build that up right after this. So we've got that going on there. Look at that already. What do you guys think? So we've done this. Now there's one area which always gets left off. It always gets forgotten. That is your nose. So we sort of got to think like, you know, oh my gosh, like, do we really need to contour our noses? It's not about it being a contouring element. It's about redefining every area of the face. So we've contoured and we've defined the cheekbones, the temples, the jawline, and poor old nose here gets left out. So we want to just redefine that as well, so it all falls into place. Because sometimes when you define everything else, this ends up appearing wider than it is because it's been left out. So I like to grab the airbrush bronzer with a eyeshadow brush, grab a little bit of that, and I start off just underneath in this little ridge here. And I just soft, and this is how soft the pigment is, that it just melts into the skin. You can't see it as you apply it. So we're just popping that there. Can you see already on that side how that just defines the area? Pop that there. Just like that. And then I like to go over with the foundation brush and just bounce that over the top so it melts in. Look at that. Perfect. So now I'm going to, as promised, I'm going to show you how to build up that bronze, because we're looking nice and glowy. We're looking a little bit sun-kissed, but we want more when it comes to the glow. We want more when it comes to the bronze. So I'm going to show you, and a few people have mentioned it already, the famous film star Bronze and Glow. Who loves this product? And when it first launched, how crazy was it all over social media? It is an amazing product, and it also does come in 2 different color palettes. So we've got for light to medium, and then we've got for deeper skin tones as well. So we can't forget that, you know, we've got the 2 different ones for different skin tones, so we can work for every different skin tone, as with all of our products. I'm going to use this one, because this one will suit mine best. And we've done all the bronzing with the airbrush bronzer, which is a great base. I love bronzing with 2 different bronzers, a light one all over, and then we want to go in and get really precise. We go in with a slightly more intense one. So I'm going to go in with the bronzer from this side, the Sculpt, And I'm going to just use that on the cheekbones, just here. I'm just going to stamp that in. And just define. This one's a little bit more of a cooler tone, so it works perfectly for sculpting. And it's really, really soft, just like that. Can we see how that's just defined a little bit more? Go in on there as well. And we're just sculpting it. How lovely is that? Once you become addicted to this, you honestly, it's a perfect handbag product as well. If you want to touch up the bronze and the glow, you cannot go wrong with this product. And we see that's just a little bit more intense. And then, so I'm going to answer this question because this one's a really good one. If you had to choose between the two bronzers, which would be best? So if you want something where you've got everything that you need when it comes to the supermodel skin, and you are a person that likes to bring their stuff on the handbag, this one is great because you've got your highlights and you've got your sculpt. And also this one as well. This one is it's not a full matte. It's got a little bit more of a natural sun-kissed look to it. So it looks like it has a shimmer when you see it, but it doesn't come off on the skin, as you can see. And it's just one of those products that it's one of the holy grails, the OGs. If you are a bronzer fan, and you also, for example, you don't mind having different products, maybe your home setup, and you love the flawless filter, the airbrush bronzer. And if you like a matte bronze as well, this is great. So now we're going to go back to this one. I'm going to use a highlight shade. So a really neat trick. You can use this just on its own dry to build up on top of the Hollywood Flawless filter. As you can see, just that one sweep there enhances that. But we can do something else as well with the setting spray. We can actually apply it wet. So I'm going to wet the brush. And that's when you go in with the highlighter and you can get more of an intense pigment with that. So look at that. And we're going to bounce that onto the skin rather than sweep. When the brush is wet, we don't want to drag it over the skin too much. So we're just bouncing that on top there. Look at that. Just pat that in. What do you think? And I really like as well to highlight just in this area because it just adds a little bit of definition to the nose. Oh, I love. I just get obsessed with just tilting my face left and right. I'm going to give myself a pain in the neck if I carry on that way. So we've done all that. Now what I really love to do is I love to just finish it all off with this because we've got a few different textures going on at the moment. We want to just push everything into one nice and complete texture. So we just spray this over the face, rehydrate the skin, and then I like to go back in with the foundation brush and go over the whole thing and just press that in. And can you see how it just melds all of the textures together really, really beautifully? Like that. Perfect. Final step for that supermodel skin. We cannot go without a little bit of blush. Blush is what adds a little bit of color back into the skin. And I'm going to show you my favorite blush, which is the Ecstasy blush. Has anyone used this before? It is my favorite, foolproof, goes with pretty much every skin tone. It's that perfect in between peach and pink color. It's gorgeous. Yes, I agree. It's my favorite one. And product placement when it comes to blush is probably going to be the most important thing because blusher is amazing, but if you put it in the wrong place, it can really drag the face down. So this is my tip for blusher application. So generally we're taught you smile and then you put it on the cheek, but watch what happens to the brush when I stop smiling. Did you see it completely dropped? So that's going to drag the face down, which is why even with the bronzer, we said go up a little bit higher because when you put things lower, it drags the face down and it ends up making the face look a little bit droopy when it isn't. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to put 2 fingers to the side of the face. And then do you see this little bit here? you're going to start your application of your blush there and go upwards. So I'm going to grab the product, and I like to mix the two together. Pop the two things there, apply the brush, and just sweep upwards there. And it just adds the perfect placement for the blusher. Who loves blush? Blush is one of those things where it's like you either love it or you hate it. But if you see, can you see the size just a little bit more glowy, a little bit more fresh? So I'm going to pop that there. Ecstasy is one of those just beautiful tones, and it goes with everyone. Love a bit of blush. But yeah, that is what we do when it comes to the blusher application. And here we are. We are nice and fresh and complete. I finished off the lip with the Super Size Me lip liner. This is such a lovely color. So I'll just reapply this like that. And then I have the collagen lip bath over the top of it. So just like that. So this is the full supermodel look. So even the colors on my eyes, this is the Exaggerized palette, which comes in the supermodel look. The Ecstasy blusher also comes in there. The classic brown eyeliner is also in the supermodel look, just to stick to the supermodel theme. But that is it, everyone. The difference between Ecstasy and Pillow Talk blusher. So the Pillow Talk blusher is a little bit more of a rosier pink tone. The Ecstasy is a little bit more of a peach tone on that one there. So yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions if you have any, if you want to pop them in the comments below. What do we think of this? So, okay, so what I applied for my base, I used the Light Wonder foundation, and I used the Magic Away concealer, and then I set it with the trusty Airbrush Flawless powder. I like a very light skin. I like a very soft skin. But we also have to make sure as well that the skin is very well prepped. So obviously with the magic cream and with the skincare, that we really, really emphasize on that as well. If I could choose 3 CT products, what would they be? Airbrush bronzer, of course. Hollywood Flawless filter. And probably, this is where it gets difficult now, because now I'm having to think in my head depending on what. But I definitely do love the Exaggerized eye palette. I'm going to choose a different product rather than base, so Exaggerized palette. Pillow Talk palette is more of a pink, and Exaggerized is more of a neutral tone. But yeah, other than that, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you for coming. So yeah, bye.